Okay, let's go ahead and run through how to model a coffee mug. Additionally, we'll go ahead and talk about a couple of the shaders and how to apply them, and how to set up things preparatory to completing your render. So a place that I like to start, especially with something like a coffee mug where it has a very geometrically primitive form, is let's go ahead and start with a shape that complements that form. Alright, so I'll just go ahead and get started with a cylinder here. Alright, in my channel box editor, I'm just going to zero out the translate X and the translate Z values. Okay, and in the polycylinder inputs, I'm actually going to add a subdivision cap of 3. And you'll look at what that's done here at the top of this object, is it's added in a couple of additional edges, or edge loops, along the top there. Alright, now I'm going to grab these vertices right in through here, and I'm going to raise this up to give a little height to this mug, just a relative height to my experience with what the width of a coffee mug would be in relationship to its height. Alright, now something else is we don't need these faces here on the top, so I'm going to do a drag selection across those. You see I grabbed all the faces on the side. If I hold down Shift and do another drag selection, it'll deselect those while retaining the selection around the top of this geometric primitive. I'll just go ahead and delete that. Alright, so there we go. We have the most basic form beginning to take shape. Now at the same time, right down here, I want to grab all these faces. I'm going to scale them out just a little bit, right about to there. And I'm going to simultaneously translate them downward. All right, so that we start getting just a little curvature to the bottom of this coffee mug. Really, I'm just blocking out my form. Now, you notice I clicked on this little icon right up here that represents a perspective view of the grid at the top of my viewport. Doing that toggles the grid on and off, so I can just get it out of my way so I don't have to be looking through it as I work on my model. Now I'll grab the Insert Edge Loop tool. I'm just going to pop in an edge loop right in through here, and then I'll use the translate tool just to kind of translate that down a little, and actually I'm going to scale it out just to kind of block out the contour of this mug. Alright, additionally I'll go ahead and add in an extra edge loop right in here so I kind of constrain the curvature on the bottom of that mug, and that is something that I'm pretty satisfied with. Right now that I have that in place, I'll select the entirety of this object in Select Object mode, and I'll go ahead and perform a single extrusion on that. Let's pop out